tech news. Today is the follow-up to our first battery life test. If you haven't seen that video, I'm going to link it above, but in this battery life test, we're starting with 100% battery life. It is September 6th, 8:21 a.m., and we are going to turn on always on display for this test. I know how much you guys all love always on display, and you're always asking questions about it, so here is our second battery life test with that. First battery life check of the day. It is 1:17 p.m. and we are at 95% battery life. I haven't gone to the gym yet. I'm actually having a really quick snack right before I head out to the gym, so we will check our battery once we're back, but we're heading there with 95%. Check-in number 2, it's 3:36 p.m. We are at 90% battery life. I did mostly weights at the gym today, so not a lot of cardio, but we only lost about 5% so far. 88% battery life. It's 5:27 p.m. and we're showing 4 days and 17 hours left so far. The always on display is using most of our battery life currently, but 4 days, 17 hours. All right, it is 9:09 p.m. and we are at 82% battery life. So we'll see. I am going to wear this to sleep like I did in my previous battery life test, so we will see how much battery life I have tomorrow. Starting off day 2 bright and early, it's 8:04 a.m. We're at 76% battery life. I did end up taking the watch off at some point in the middle of the night. It was kind of weirdly uncomfortable for some reason, but 76% starting today. Quick battery life check before the gym. We are at 71%. It is 10:42 a.m. and we'll check in on this after we go to the gym. All right, quick check-in after the gym. We are down to 66% battery life. I don't remember where we were in our first battery life test at this point, but it's 1:43 p.m. and we are at 66%. And let's do a quick battery check on the Samsung app. So we've got 3 days and 5 hours left showing, 65% available. Shows that we've used 1 day and 5 hours since our last full charge. And again, always on display is using up most of our battery life. So let's see if this is true. 3 days and 5 hours, it's what it's showing right now. All right, little check-in time. It is 6:13. We are at 58%. So it's looking okay so far. I think we got a couple days left in us. All right, we're doing our final check-in today. It is 10:37. We have 53% battery life. I am going to try to wear this to sleep tonight. Last night, I couldn't do it for some reason. It was like weirdly too tight, so I did take it off last night. But today I'm going to try to wear it. Well, tonight I should say. I'm going to try to wear this to bed, and we will see what we wake up with tomorrow. I did put it on Do Not Disturb just so that nothing's waking me up. So we'll check in tomorrow morning. All right, morning check-in. I did wear this to sleep. It is 8:18 a.m. We have 45% battery life left. I'm going to wear it to the gym again later today, and then we'll see what we're looking like. And here's a quick check-in on the Samsung app. We have 2 days and 3 hours left on here showing 45% available, and we've used 1 day and 23 hours, so basically 2 days so far. It's showing 2 days and 3 hours remaining. Always on display is using a ton of battery life. About 20% of our battery life has gone to always on display. So we'll check in a little bit later. Quick check-in after the gym. We are at 37% battery life. Again, did mostly weight training, so not a lot of steps, but 37% at 12:54. All right, we are at 31% at 4:10 p.m. So we're still looking pretty good, but it most likely is going to die at some point today if I had to guess. But 31%, 4:10 p.m. and I'm thinking just a couple hours more. According to the Samsung app, I'm wrong. We're still showing 1 day and 9 hours left on this battery life with 2 days and 7 hours used. Okay, it is 7:13 p.m. right now. We are at 30% battery life. For some reason, the watch keeps disconnecting from my phone just randomly, and then I have a really hard time getting it to connect again. I'm not sure what's going on with that, but 7:13 p.m. and we still have 28% battery life remaining. All right, it is 7:22 a.m. I just got the 15% notification. In a shocking twist of events, this watch did not die in the middle of the night, which I thought was pretty cool. Yeah. I don't know, we made it through the whole night and into the morning, 15%. I didn't put it on low battery mode, so we'll see how much longer we get from 722 to whenever it dies. And time for a quick app check-in. So 15% right here. We've got 2 days and 23 hours used since our last full charge. So almost 3 days on a full battery so far. And then it's showing 15 hours and 20 minutes left of battery. Now again, always on display has actually used up over a third, or exactly a third, of our battery life this whole test, which is pretty interesting to see. And then everything else is taking a very minor window in the back, but 15 hours and 20 minutes left with 15% available. Quick battery check-in. It is 12:04. We are at 9% battery life. I've mostly been working at my desk, so I haven't been doing anything crazy, any activity that it needs to track, but we will check in later. All right, I'm really not sure how, but it's been about 3 hours since I last recorded being at 9%. We're still at 9%. I don't know what's going on there, but it's 2:54 and we still have 9% battery life. So I guess we'll see how much longer we go. All right, follow up check-in here. 5:34 p.m., 6%. Pretty soon we'll probably get the battery critically low once we hit the 5% mark, but we're still going. I can't believe it. I mean, I don't know, it's holding out really well. And looking on the app here for the Galaxy Watch, we have 6 hours and 10 minutes left showing, 6% available. And we've used 3 days and 9 hours of battery life. So always on display has used about 40% of my battery life in this time frame. All right, it's a quick check-in, 7:08 p.m. We are at 3% battery life remaining. I have to go run some errands. I'm positive that it's gonna die in that time frame, so we'll check back once I put it back on the charger. Okay, so it is 8:07 p.m. right now, and the watch just shut off, so it is officially dead. So here is our final tally. So I did have to charge the watch back up to 30% just to get it to turn on and so that I could calculate. But our usage since our last full charge was 3 days and 12 hours. So with our always on display turned on, we got 3 days and 12 hours of battery life, which isn't bad at all if you ask me. Some people might think it's not that great. I think it's pretty good. I was pleasantly surprised. There were definitely times I thought that it was going to die and it didn't end up dying, so I was a little bit shocked. Always on display used 40%, closer to 41%, but 40% of our battery life during the test, which is kind of nuts. And then everything else, as you see here, took a very, very small role in using up our battery life. So 40% of our battery just went straight to just the display. So that is all for this test. 3 days and 12 hours of battery life. I think that's pretty impressive with always on display turned on. I just want to add a quick note that I have seen all of you guys' questions on the previous battery life test video. Keep in mind, guys, I did list the settings that I used in the video description of that video, and I'll put a card up above here so that you guys can check that out if you haven't already. But keep in mind that, you know, usage will vary from person to person. The first battery life test I did, I wasn't super active. I wasn't going to the gym every day of the test. I do tend to work mostly on my computer at home, so I'm not always, you know, out and about doing things. But even then, I did tend to get, you know, at least a couple thousand steps per day and just a little bit of movement going. Keep in mind, like I said, everyone gets different usage based off of how active you are, what version of the watch you have. So this is just Bluetooth only. If you're someone who has the LTE version and you have a SIM connected or something like that, you would see probably a bit less battery life. It's the same thing with if you are someone who is way more active, if you do the GPS function turned on, all of those things, you may see a little bit different battery life, but this is what I got in my test. I used the same exact settings on this video as I did in the first one, except for the always on display. That is the only thing that I changed outside of the fact that for this battery life test, I went to the gym every single day for at least an hour. And then on top of that, I was doing my regular activities. So we did get a pretty decent battery life, I think. 3 days and 12 hours always on display for me is pretty great. You guys might get slightly different times. If you're getting really, really bad battery life, like, you know, just a day or two, I would consider maybe getting your watch looked at, exchanging it, returning it, whatever works best. But from my experience, I've gotten 3 to 4 days, which I think should be about what everyone else should get with this battery in here. So yeah, if you guys have any other questions, make sure to leave those in the comments down below. I will be dropping the video of my full review of the watch now that I've had it for a couple of weeks and have used it consistently in that time frame. So if you guys have any questions, drop it down below. And thank you guys for watching, and I will see you guys in the next one.